Alright, what's up? Spot. Beautiful little area. I don't know how that looks to y'all. I'll see whenever I watch this video. But today, man, I wanted to come back and I want to talk about highs and lows. First, I gotta get this phone set up. There we go. So I want to talk about highs and lows. And if I'm ever on here talking about a situation I'm going through or whatever, it's never to vent. It's to let somebody that may be going through a similar spot as me, give them hope so they can see that there's somebody else out there going through what they're going through, and they're not alone, and that if others are still fighting, they can too. So highs and lows, they're very tricky. I found that out this weekend. Was on a going good, everything was just going beautiful in my life. Just got a place for me and my daughter, beautiful place, and the plan was for her to come over and see it for the first time with her mother. Now we're in a custody situation, so her mother doesn't live with me or anything like that. But when she came over, man, she loved it. She wanted to stay. We danced, we sang, and mind you, the freaking weather was beautiful, sunny. I got to watch my little girl pick daisies in my front yard, something I never thought I would live to see, to be honest with you, And the way it was going, I'm thinking like, what could go wrong here, And I'll tell you, so that's a real big high. Especially when you come from a lot of trauma, a lot of loss, and you're constantly fighting something up here, and then you get this reward and you're just on cloud nine, and you're thinking like, how could this go wrong? Who's going to stop me? Well, let me tell you something. I should have been a little more humble and a little more aware. It's not saying I shouldn't have enjoyed my time and, just been in heaven with my daughter. But I constantly need to realize that the enemy is on the prowl. And long story short, that day ended up with my daughter in tears, afraid, and ended with me in a very bad place. And me and her mother got into an argument, and it's like, who could see that coming? I didn't. I definitely didn't see that coming, which I should, because it's a pattern, right? So my daughter is like my tether to life. I believe I know the Lord put her in my life. She's kept me here, other people here. So when I saw how upset she was after her visit with me, after the great day we had, I was destroyed. The wind completely out of my sails. Went back to the old mindset. Somebody's got to pay, or I got to pay. And I couldn't make it stop. So I went and got some beers, right? As a lot of us do. We go get our little creature comforts, whatever they call it. That's a trap. And that is not. I tell you what, man, I don't know how you are with your drinking or whatever you do, but for me, man, I can't drink anymore when I get like that. It just makes situations 10 times worse. I feel further from the Lord, and the next day, I feel like I'm on my deathbed, which again makes everything worse. And in that moment, I want to give up. I want to end it. I've just made the most important person in my life sad. And the enemy's in my head saying, yeah, do it, bud. You are a POS. You're not worth it. All you do is make you get your daughter happy, and then you make her sad. And you listen to that thought enough, man, and I think that's what leads people to make these permanent decisions for their life or other people's lives. And the devil just gets in there, man, and gets a stronghold. But not today. Not today. we got some verses for him, okay? And I don't care, man. Like, I'm gonna read these verses to you, okay? But I'm gonna tell you this: just because you read these verses to yourself, or it doesn't mean that like it's all gonna go away. But what it does is give you hope, and through that hardship, through that trial and tribulation, that there is a plan for your life. There is a promise God has for you. And as long as you are genuinely trying, like, we're gonna mess up. We are gonna mess up. And we're gonna fall flat on our face. And even in trying, you know, we could mess up so bad it cost us our life, other people's lives. But we, you know, and it's scary, like, but we just can't let that stop us. As long as we're trying, we got a good heart, the Lord knows your heart, you just stay in the fight. Because one day it's gonna get better. One more thing before I get in here. You ever notice, if you ever struggled with suicide or whatever, and you finally get a good day and you're like, God, I'm so glad I didn't do it. I'm so glad. Like, what was I thinking? You get a little scared too. Like, man, I was about to miss out on all this amazingness. But did you also notice when you're in those dark places, you don't get those, oh, things are going to get better one day. You know, it's like the complete opposite. And I found that interesting. I thought about that today. In my dark places, there is no hope in my mind. There is no hope. But in my good days, I recall these bad days. And I'm so happy that I'm still here, okay? So if you're in one of those situations, you messed up, and whatever you did, it doesn't matter, because God's got a plan for you, regardless of what you've done or how far gone you think you are. God's always got his arms open, man. Like, come to me, I got a plan. So this is the first one. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. All right? Go get that. Renew their strength, okay? I didn't mean that was a twitch. But they will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. When I had my daughter over, I was running with her on my shoulders. And wasn't growing weary. You know, it was just a good memory. They will walk and not grow faint. Okay? But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This one. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Right? So it's like that voice. When things are going great, we can recall that bad stuff and thank God we're not there. But when things are going bad, for some reason, we have a hard time recalling hope and dreams and a future. But we can consider our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Last one, and this is most important, because usually when we mess up, we get those thoughts that we're not worth it, that we're too far gone, we're just disgusting. You know, and it's just so from the enemy, man. Just trying to smoke you or get you to smoke yourself. So anyways, when we get those thoughts, Romans chapter 8, 37 through 39. No, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced, me and Paul and everybody should be, for I am convinced that neither death, nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any power, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Jesus Christ our Lord. All right? Now, I'm new to this. I apologize if, you know, my video was too long. I hope whoever, you know, views it gets something out of it. But again, like, keep fighting, man. Stay in the fight. Look at that. Things get better, I promise. But you got to fight. They're not going to get better if you just lay there. Love you guys. Enjoy the view.